Hi, I'm Jesse McCready. I'm with AniModule. Check out my modules at AniModule.com. I want to talk about a little patch I have set up with the AniModule STD. It's a syncopated timing disruptor. It's a new module from AniModule. You got two tap tempo clock channels. You can connect the second one to the first one, or it'll run independently. You can divide or multiply the clock once the sequence is going. You can control the divisions and the multiplications with the CV input or the pots on here. You can attenuate the CV input with the little attenuator trimmers on the front panel here. You want to clock it to a steady source? Fine, there's the gate input as well. And that'll work the same as the tap tempo input. So, works that way. These bottom three rows, you got an exclusive OR, an AND, and an OR gate, which combine the two channels to their logic combinations. So, it's a great module. You're going to love it. I'll tell you what, you're going to want to come to me. You're going to want to come get an STD from me. And you're going to want to give it to the people you love. You're going to want to give an STD to your father and your mother and your sister and your brother. It's some deadly serious, folks. Deadly serious. You're going to want to get an STD from me and share it with all the people you love, because it's really great. So I mentioned something about a patch. Let's get to that. Here, we'll get this going here and a play. You have to forgive me, I got this playing a little bit in my ear, but I don't want the reverb from sound going, so I can't hear what's going on all that well. Just got that running into the mix because I want you to be able to hear it clearly. So I got the steady tempo coming out from the MPC1000 into the AniModule MIDI gate. Now that runs out to channel 1 of the STD. Right, that's pretty straightforward. That goes out and controls a little monster VCO going into an SOB. That's your pretty standard tempo. You got third channel of the MIDI gate going into the linear FM input of this little monster VCO and changing the pitch between, was it the 5th and the 7th measure? So it's something like that. It's a little 8 measure bar here. Keep it simple, right? So the second channel is really what's interesting. Now, at the beginning of the bar, I give it 2 taps on the MPC1000 just to keep it straight in case I've turned it off and it got out of whack. But then it's like tap tempo, so you give it two taps and it knows what the tempo is. Clock stays steady. I don't want to drive it through because this 4th output on the MIDI gate goes to an envelope, and on the 5th measure, the envelope goes to the exponential FM of the second little monster VCO SOB combo and drops the pitch of that. It also goes to the CV input of channel 2 on the STD and increases the multiplications and divisions as it goes up and down, which is really what you're hearing mess with the tempo there. You hear it steady, but it's flaming out and doing neat stuff instead of just 1, 2, 3, 4. Because how long do you listen to 1, 2, 3, 4? Right. Alright, some of these logic outs. I have one going into the step input on the mixer. The mixer is just creating a little rhythm section. I've got a VCO and noise going into an SOB. I've got just noise plugged in. Just third channel, I have just a little monster VCO plugged into it to give you a little drone and a little more chord action. This fourth one thing is plugged into the OR gate on the STD, and it's white noise going into an SOB. I think the Vactral input is being controlled by some of the logic, and the mixer is stepping through to the AND gate coming out of this STD. So the reset on the mixer is being controlled by the MIDI gate. So boom, first beat of every bar, it resets it, so you know where you're at. It's I guess there's a lot going on here, but it patched up in like 20 minutes. I just started feeling some rhythms and seeing, hey, what's cool here and what I need a little rhythm. It's just a showcase of what the STD can do for you. So get yourself an STD, because it'll change your life. So. lot of triple XOR action going on here to mult the gate outs from the STD. And you get the idea. It's all being controlled by the MPC1000. Now see, I turned the MPC1000 off. It's just going to keep doing that because the STD is free running. It just needs two, boom, boom, boom. Just needs 2 taps, and it's off and running. It knows, you know, it measures the time between the taps, and then reads the pots or the CV and sees what it has to multiply, divide it by, and boom, 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 boom. It keeps on going. So even if you didn't have any gain into it, you just give a little tap. You can tie them together. Untie them. Hi, hit play again. We're right back on track from the MPC1000. Alright, I'm Jesse McCready. Check out my modules at AniModule.com. Get yourself an STD. Get one for someone you love. Share your STD with your family and your friends. They'll thank you for it. Have a good one.